We're recording. How are you doing today, Lynn?
I am good.
Good. Thank you for doing the podcast. I know that it can be nerve-wracking to come on to a platform like this and tell your story. But you have kind of made big news here in Lansing, and so I thought it'd be really cool to reach out to you. Travis hooked us up, and so I would like to kind of share a little bit about your story and your past and kind of what brought you to Lansing, Michigan. So I guess with that being said, can you tell us where you're from? You're originally not from Lansing, right? Correct?
No, I'm not.
Oh, hold on.
No, I'm not. Um, First of all, I could like to say thank you, Davis, for inviting me to go on your podcast. Um, I have been following you a little bit and know a little bit story about this podcast. Um, Also, I heard about from Travis as well. Um, my name is Lynn, and I'm an owner of the Capital City BBQ in Lansing, Michigan. Um, I original from Vietnam. I was born by um, a Vietnamese woman, and of course, my biological father, a American soldier. Um, I was born only 2.2 pounds.
Whoa.
Yes, and the day I
Were
was
you
born,
were you born early?
yes, my mother told me that she will travel somewhere out of town and she will give birth to me. I don't know is that actually she traveled or because the pregnancy me to be ashamed to the family because my father American soldier. Then she cannot give birth where the town she will live in. Um, for that being say, um, I will pray for the day I was born. Um, the town I was born, she don't even know. The people there give her a towel to wrap me around.
Wow.
Yep. Um, After that, um, she don't think I'm survive. She given me away to someone can take care of me. Um, it's hard, you know. Hard is nowadays I keep thinking about 2.2 pounds. Come on, just little baby,
Yeah.
tiny baby. But I'm not giving up. I fight. I fought for the day one I was born. Um, and go up raised by my grandmother. I go up with my grandmother. I call that very pleasant because I don't have a love from my mother. Also, I don't have a love from my father. Um, but I do have a love for my grandmother. And I call that a blessing to me.
That gave me so many chills, just that part of your story. In so many ways, I can kind of understand your emotions in that situation. I was also adopted and put into foster care, and so I kind of get that feeling of abandonment. Like I understand it, like coming from like a child, like because like for me, being a dad, I'm like, how could anybody want to give up their kid, or how could anybody not want to be a part of their child's life? But I think for somebody who came from like a different country and the circumstances that are surrounding it, it's got to be extremely difficult because I'm sure it's the economy is different and like the ability to be able to raise a child is probably just a lot harder too as well, right?
My dad, um, my biological dad, leave the country, leave Vietnam with no choice. He have to leave.
Because he was a soldier.
Yes. Um, I don't think he saw me. He don't see me because I wasn't born yet.
Did he know about you?
He didn't know about he have a child because I do believe I have biological sister, the same father with me. I actually have the sister that the same father and the same mother. With he actually know he have two children. Yes, but he have not seen me before he leave Vietnam. Um, my mother stopped contact with him. Um, she burned everything, the memory from my mother, from my father. Just not because I do believe it's just for her safety. No, if if Vietnamese people come in and find that, she can get killed or she will put her family in jeopardy. And I understand for her, she have to make a choice. But the choice she make is relate to me. You know, I like to have my whole life. I always want to call someone that's there, but I have never had a chance, and I don't think I have a chance to call him a dad. But things happen for a reason. You know, if he stay, he got killed, and he have no choice, and he have to leave. And I understand for it.
Have you ever tried to reach out to him at all?
I have I have nothing evident.
You don't know who he is?
No. All I know is my mom tell me his name, and he from Texas.
Wow.
That's all I know. And that's why he actually, his first name is Lee, and his last name is Whitehead. And growing up, I just didn't, hey, they have that name. I thought last name is Lee. Last name is Lee. That's how I, when I become U.S. citizen, I changed my last name to Lee and keep my name to Lynn for memory of my stepdad who changed my name to Lynn to erase a lot of sickness in my life because, as I mentioned earlier, 2.2 pounds, no one thing I can survive. On the top of that, I have a lot of skin disease on my skin. I cannot eat. I don't eat, and
You don't eat?
nope. I really really love the woman that spend so much time to taking care of me
Oh,
when
wait.
I work
When
a
you were
little bit.
born. When you were
Yes,
born, you couldn't eat.
yeah, I
Okay.
could not eat. Um, I could not even cry, and that's why my mom don't think I survive.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's a part of the memory I have, and the sad, but still the beauty because everybody think I not survive, but I'm right now. I'm here right now.
Yeah.
I go through it so much, but I just want everyone to know that, keep fighting.
You're a fighter
I
and
am.
you're a champion. You're still standing tall.
Yes, I am. I refuse to fall down. If I'm falling down, I stand up, I keep going.
At what point did you ever establish a relationship with your mom? Because you said your grandmother raised you.
Yes, I did. Um, it's always, I love my mother very much because without her, I'm not here. And I'm thankful for her carrying me in those months. Without her, I'm not here either. And I'm grateful for it. For for the moment she joined not to um, like abortion me.
Right.
It is do something with the pregnant. I I I thankful, I grateful for it. But every time I unite with my mother, it always brought me back the bad memory. Um, the memory that any child don't want to remember. But the beauty of me that I have the brain that can bring back all the memory just right now and just in front of me, um, the hardship I went through with my mother. Um, and I understand for her, because she have to move on with her life and she have to have her own family. She have to take care of her family. But being a child that lost in everything in life, that's not fun at all.
Yeah. That's one of the most difficult things about being like a orphan essentially is that like you don't have this sense of belonging growing up. And that was something for like me as well. Like I didn't have the sense of belonging. Not quite as extreme as yours cuz I had a relationship with my mom, but then like there's something that happened when I was taken away from her and all throughout the years I was raised by somebody else and then came back and I tried finding her and establishing a relationship. It wasn't the same. Like there was like this brokenness, like this emptiness that she had within her. And it was, I don't know if it was like guilt or just like undealt with emotions, or I don't know what it was or what it is even still. Um, but I know that like for her specifically, it's very difficult for her to try to have a relationship.
The heartbroken is from, if you under relationship when, the couple, when you broken heart with the relationship, you can be healing it up. It's just a matter of the time when you move on with another person. But the broken heart that you have with your parent, that can never heal. Um, because it doesn't matter what you try, it's always the mark in your heart, the scratch in your heart.
Yeah.
And for me, it's a lot. Not only she been given birth to me somewhere and give me away, but on those years, I always ask her, is she really my biological mother? And if she is, then why I don't have the love that she give it to me, like another kid? Because I have sibling, different father, but I can see it. She loved them very much, or just because what my father did or what my father done in her life that she going to force on me. That's why I don't have that love. Um, growing up with I going up with grandmother. It's a lot of hard, not easy at all. Um, I am a maid. I 4 or 5 years old. I clean the house. I cooking.
Wow.
You not only lost the love from the parent, but you lost the 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 time that you've been in childhood, teenager, the growing up with beauty. I lost everything that's in my life. I'm not feel sorry for that, but I feel every parent, if they know they have a child or baby, they have to remember that their responsibility for taking care of that kid. Some moment I will stay with my mother a little bit time with the step there family before I fully living with my grandmother. It's a lot of hard time in that place that my 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 stepdad is not the nice man at all. I witnessed a lot of things that between he beaten my mother and thing he did in Egypt broken my heart. And then go out with my if I don't do the chore completely the all the chore in the house or even I got home school late, I got punished for it. The punishment that the most I remember in my life that in here we call child abusive, but in Vietnam, it's nothing with that. Parents can do whatever they want. I remember, I never forget about it. They tie me up on the bed with my two hand on two side of the bed, and my two legs on the two side of the bottom bed, and the stick, and they beat me up until I cannot walk. Yeah.
How old were you?
7.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you think that going through that as a 7-year-old, did you think that that was like normal? Did you know that other kids were not getting abused the way you were? What was your thought process?
I don't think that's right to do that to any kid. You have different kind of punishment, but not you punish any kind of the kids just like you treat them like criminal. Even criminal, you don't treat criminal like that in this country.
Right.
You have human rights. But in Vietnam, we don't have that. And I just wish that my dad dared to see that.
That is so. I don't even have words for that. That is so horrible. That's such a horrible thing to happen to a kid, and it's horrible for a child to witness abuse, to see like your mom getting abused. But it's even more horrific when you're the one getting abused to such horrible extremes.
And I witnessed another thing that my biological sister, the punishment they will do it to her, they did to her is, in Vietnam, we you store our water, drinking water, in the tank, the tall tank, is about maybe 6 foot tall, 6 foot tall, fill up with all the water, and they got the lip over it. I see my own mother tie my biological sister foot in the tank with the water fill up and close the lip, unless it's suffering inside with the water. After that, my sister run away from home because she cannot take that abusive, and this can kill us, can kill her and can kill me, And that's why I never forget about that. And that's I have a problem to reunite with my mother because those memory cannot be forgive at all. Those memory is even you forgive, but you can never forget. And it is in your heart. It is in my heart. And every time if I talk about that, just look like the million knives stab into my heart again.
Have you ever forgiven your mom?
I forgive my mother. I have a heart that like I say, I love her. Doesn't matter what she did to us. Maybe because she angry to my father, because whatever my father did to her. But I forgive her. But I won't forget. I will never forget that scratch in my heart. And she know that. I can do everything for her, but I will not forgive. I forgive her. I cannot forget her. Forget it. And if everybody want to know about the story, then I will share that. Because I do believe children deserve more. The love, the kindness, it doesn't matter which part of the country they are coming from, who they are. The family not the only one abuses us, but the Vietnamese government all do too. There is no line, no place for us to stand over there. We are not welcome there. And that not help at all. If you don't have a love from the outside of the family, and then you don't have a love from the inside of family, just look like you in the dead end.
So even now, you're not welcome there?
No, now it's better.
Okay.
Yeah, now they a lot of better nowadays. They welcome. The country changing a lot. Different than 30 some years ago.
Right. Wow. That is horrific. So all this happened while you were living with your mom and your stepdad.
Yes.
And then at what point did you go live with your grandma?
One day I witnessed my dad get my mother on her belly when she was pregnant, his child. And I cannot see that no more, because if continue to do that, so I might be ended up to do something to protecting my mother, and I don't want to do so. And I talked to my grandmother. I said, I really want to leave. And I cannot live in this house because I cannot take it no longer. Until one day my stepdad actually molest my sister. And my sister, that why my sister run away from home. She passed away already. Yeah, she died when she very young age. And would leave me alone. You know, I have no one to talk to or say anything. And then one day, my stepdad, he used his leg and kicked me in my belly, very strong. And that the last straw I have, and at a 7-year-old, I very strong mind, and I packed my clothes and I jumped on the bus. No money, short, no sandal, barefoot feet, t-shirt. I actually don't have anything. I don't have a clothes. And I just jump on the bus and I remember I sit in the corner on the floor of the bus in the corner, and you know how they come and collecting the tickets or money, and they coming to me, and I told them I don't have money, but I need to go down to see my grandmother. And they let me go. They didn't get me off from the bus. I'm so lucky for that. They feed me too.
Wow.
Yeah, I was really hungry. We don't have food to eat, and I'm really hungry, and they fed me. They give me some to eat. I'm just a little tiny girl. And since then, I got to my grandmother, and I stayed with her until I come to United States.
Wow. How many years was that?
A long time. It was like 8 years after that.
Wow.
8-9 years.
That is crazy. Your life story is crazy. And that's just before you came to the United States and you were young. And so my question, I guess, is like seeing all the horrific trauma and abuse and neglect and all that stuff. Did it affect you mentally or emotionally as a young person? Were you afraid that maybe might become hardened to like emotions or?
We are human beings. I chose to keep those memory in my brain, and I chose to look in the front of me, my future. Mentally, yes, because the heartbroken, it always is heartbroken. Um, but I'm not every day and just sit and think and cry for it. Every day I think how I can do it better for my life, how I moving forward, and how I can be successful in life. At a young age, when I turned 8, I was a businesswoman when I 8 years old.
Really?
Yep. I have at the moment I have a very beautiful time with my grandmother. The bad memory I always keep inside me. Our tradition in Vietnam, every New Year, I have one pair of the clothes, one pair of the shoe. That's all I can have. The clothes I have, one pair and one pair of shoe for the whole year.
Whoa.
Yeah. And And I'm happy with that. I'm grateful for that. And then in the new year, they, the tradition is they put in the red envelope. In the red envelope, they have some money. And the first 3 days of the new year, you do your best to say the best night thing to anyone. They will give that envelope to you. At the 8-year-old, at night time, I think, what should I say to let all the people give me more money? And I coming up with so beautiful, I say it. And that year, I have so much money, like $1. That's a lot of money in Vietnam, $1. A lot of money, yeah. For me, 8-year-old, that's a lot of money. I use that money, I'm going to buy a chicken. I want to start chicken farm at 8-year-old.
Wow.
And I make sure I buy the chicken, not the rooster. And
So it can lay eggs.
yes, because that's how my brain works. She can lay egg, and then the egg will be give me more chicken, and then more chicken will lay egg and get more. Well, I got that dream, but when she lay egg, she only lay 4 egg. Oh my God, 4 eggs. I say, okay, I'm not giving enough 4 eggs. I say, when it 8 hash, 4 chicken. Then I keep going. Oh no, that 4 egg become 4 rooster.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not giving up. I say, okay, that's fine. I'm taking care of the rooster. When the rooster getting big, I'm sell the rooster. Then I buy chicken. See, that's my brain work at 8-year-old. That's what my brain keep going. And I'm not giving up at all. Well, whatever you think, whatever you plan is not exactly the plan from God. June coming, the rain season coming. Then we have chicken flu. It killed the mother and all rooster.
Oh.
And I'm bankrupt. I have no chicken to sell, no chicken, nothing, and I have no more chicken. But I'm not giving up at all. And I'm continue go school, working hard, clean the house, be a maid. All I care is give me a bowl of rice, and I'm happy with that. And I don't need nothing else. Yeah. But the bad memory I with grandma is she always make me cook. And I don't like cook. Cooking at all. I do not like it. But she tell me I got to learn how to cook at the part of the woman. That's the bad thing that she takes so much pain inside me away from it. To teach me something that to make me more valuable about in life, and taught me so much that life is not easy, but don't give it up. And that's what I go up with her.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Because who knows if you didn't have a grandma like the one you had, where you would possibly be in this world. Right?
Yeah, I don't know where I'm at. I really don't know. If I don't have her, I don't think I can survive. Yeah, if I don't have her, people will kill me already, because the play the children that have American blood and the Vietnamese blood, there is no place for us to stay or stand in Vietnam back then. One day, I remember one day I walk home from school, and there is 6 or 7 kids, and each one of them have a rock on their hand, and they just pour it onto me.
Wow.
They just pour it to me, just throw it to me, and tell me get out of the country. Yeah, they tell get out of the country.
Wow.
And one of the kids that actually hit my head, and I still have the scar. It's like bleeding everywhere, and nobody is stopping them.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not fun at all. Yeah.
So at that time, it was like kind of a lawless country. It seemed like there's no repercussions for parents beating their kids, and
No law at all in Vietnam.
wow, is it different today?
No.
So parents can still
Yes.
abuse their children?
Yes.
Wow. Have you been back since?
Yes. Yes.
At what point did you come to the United States? How old were you?
I was 16, a little bit before turn 17, because I arrived February, and April that I'm turned 17, but I arrived February. Beautiful place, what I don't like back then, that time.
Was it scary knowing that you were coming to the United States, a completely different country from what you were used to, or were you excited for like a new opportunity? What was your what was your thought process about the United States? Were you, I mean, because like I have family that are immigrants from Honduras, and so like their mentality of the United States is if we can go to the United States, we can actually make something of ourselves. We'll have an opportunity. Was that kind of your thought process?
No, at the age of 16, I don't have the thought that will be the country will be different at all. I think that coming United States is because I have to go. The government over there, Vietnam government don't allow me over there, but I love my motherland very much. Left my grandma behind. That the last thing I want to do in my life. I came to United States. Back then, everyone loved it because they think the very big country, very wealthy country, very more educated country, people very nice, kindness. And for me, I'm scared. I'm really scared because when I heard all that, I'm saying, what I'm going to do, who I'm trust,
Right.
And English is my second language, and how people understand me and where I'm starting at. I'm scared being kidnapped. All that stuff then is coming up in my brain right away.
Yeah.
But I have no choice. Accepting that, or nothing else will be going forward.
Where did you come from? Like, not come from. Where in the United States did you first arrive?
I'm a right Lansing.
Lansing.
Yes.
What was your thoughts on that?
Like another video I'm talking to Travis, I share at the moment with him that I arrived Lansing. It's very cold because that's February. A lot of snow. I wear short. This time I have sandal. Yeah. T-shirt. And yes, it is very cold.
So you were thinking you were going to go to Florida.
I'm come from the tropical place.
Right.
And right Lansing, that the first. Then I'm stopped here at Lansing, and since then this is my home. It's cold, but the snow, the white color, take away from being afraid of the cold weather.
Mm.
I actually run out and play with the snow with a short and sandal. Yeah, I did. And my sponsor, she very nice lady. She have her sock. She put it on for me, and she have the blanket. She cover me because after I play with snow, I'm so cold, and she like, no, you gotta cover it up. Yeah, she put sock on for me. Get some winter jacket, put it on for me, and then get a big blanket. She cover everything because I do believe I only like 70 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, skinny little one. Yeah, short, skinny little girl, but very strong. Yes, I am. Yeah. Since then, I arrived Lansing since then. And since then, I live here in Lansing. Like I say, this is my fatherland. This is my home now. And I adopted into it. And I love it. First time I don't, but now I in love with it.
I think a lot of people, their first initial reaction to Lansing, because I'm not a native of Lansing either. I'm from Florida. I hated it too. I'm like, I don't want to be here. But the beauty about Lansing, and you've witnessed it with the restaurant and Travis and Saddleback, is that the community is so strong. Like whenever they see somebody struggling, they're willing to help them out and and there's people in the community who want the community to be better. And so like everybody's so supportive of everybody, which is really cool. And I think for me, I guess I would like to ask your opinion on the community, but like for me, that's what like when I picture of Lansing, like when I think about Lansing, I think about a strong community.
The community in Lansing, in my opinion, in my case, is so powerful, so loving, so caring, and I am so blessed that every time I'm struggling with something, I am very an honest person. I don't hide from anyone. If I have something that I like to share with customer, I will share everything to my customer from my heart to customer. And the community that I love it. I love with all my heart. And I wouldn't have a lot of heart because I will love everyone the same again because is they give me the love that I don't know how I can return it back and or repay it back. All I know is I keep that inside with me and I want to do better. That's what I only try to do to return or repay it back.
Well, I think that's all any of us can do, right? I mean, you obviously can't repay everybody back, but as long as you're doing your part in giving back, then you're doing your part, right? You know, by you even coming on and sharing your story. Think about how powerful that is. You know, it's so easy for us to, even including myself, to get so down on life and think that life is so bad. But then we tend to forget what it's like in other countries and what it's like to grow up in other countries and not have anything. And then, I mean, like you mentioned earlier, we're the richest country, at least we were at one point, we're the richest country in the world, and we're a superpower. But we tend to forget those things. And having somebody like you come on from our community and share your experiences, and seeing you put what your experiences in life back into the community with food and the love that you put into the food and your restaurant, like that speaks volumes.
Thank you. The even though my name on a restaurant at the owner, but I never think I'm an owner of restaurant. I always um I always put, I always say is it's just because I'm on a paper that not mean I'm an owner. Um, the community own the restaurant with me because um, the community come together, um, help me, and my job is delivery back that how I do better to not fail the trust from community. Um, the more happy for me that um, when I see the smiling face on the customer when they have some of my food, that is the moment that my heart is in.
Mm.
And I love it. And I am not looking to be a rich or wealthy. I'm just looking to serve my community, and I'm looking to be do part of my job, give it back to community, and that's all in my heart.
That's awesome. That's amazing. And you know, I would say that we need more people like that in our community, but we have a lot of that, which is amazing that, you know, there's so many restaurants and businesses that are so willing to give back and serve the community. Um, Before Travis made that video, and I know he interviewed you, I think he told me for like 45 minutes or something, but it was only like a 3-minute video. Before he made that video, what was the business struggling?
Uh,
And was it like because of COVID, because of the shutdowns, and was that kind of what?
in 2019, it started in 2019. Um, I really don't know that you know and Davis, but 2019, um, the breakup between me and my ex in 9 year relationship. Um, he start sabotage, try to harm the restaurant with his commitment that he will destroy me by destroy the restaurant because he know that in my love. Um, whatever I love, he go destroy that, including my kid. Um,
I think I did see that in the media.
yes.
Yeah.
Um,
Now that you mentioned that.
yes. And after that, the community coming forward. Um, I post on a Facebook, like I say, I'm very an honor person because we lost the phone at the store, and all I post on a Facebook page. I say that we have a new phone number. Please disregard that old number because no longer we lost in that. This a new number. That's what during the Christmas time. He did that 7 days before Christmas. We have no sale. I'm struggling in that year as well. After I paused that, the community, Lansing State Journal, new 10 new sitcom together, and the community get together and supporting me, lie out the door.
Wow.
I feel so much love. The love I have never had in my life beside my grandmother and my children.
Wow.
That's the most love that I feel that I'm say I can never say enough that um, I, I want so back to customer community. But I have no word to say. All I have to say I'm grateful for their love. But then pandemic coming. That end of 2019, and then January, and then March shut down. We shut down, pandemic coming and shut down. There we go again, shut down. We only do curbside, and we're struggling with that. But I always think, if I am survive 2.2 pounds when I was born, now I'm 115 pounds. I am still survive. Way back, I'm survive with that. Now I can do it. I will do it. And we go towards that with my team, my family, my children, side by side with me. But though year it run into 2021, we thought that the 2020 over, then we go further 2021, but the customers still not feel comfortable to going out to dine in.
Right.
And some of my staff that I try to protect in my staff, also I want protecting my customer as well for the health safety or the safety.
Right.
And on those year 2020, 2021, we go towards that, but I'm not only go through with that pandemic, 2019 pandemic and carry forward, but though 2 year, my act did not given enough. He continued abusing the system, the law system. Try to bring my kids to accusing me all that, and I have to defend myself at those time. What you have to hire lawyer, all that stuff.
Right.
And then I'm saying, you know what? I can do it. Nothing stopping me. And then I'm saying 2022 will be better. But then 2022 come in inflation. Restructuring, inflation, the food cost, food demanding, all that.
What's the difference in inflation for the restaurant? I know inflation's terrible right now. It's at an all-time high. But as far as like a restaurant, like let's put it into like perspective. When you go to place an order, what were you paying for like a single item as opposed to now?
Is just then one thing is the consumer, it regular consumer go to Meijer buy the food, you will looking like only 22% inflation food cost. But in the restaurant viewpoint that 35%.
Wow. Wow.
Um, that's a extremely put us in the play that have to raise the price or you cannot make it. And also the labor going up, all the labor, and I pour out all, you know, uh, the restaurant, have to, the smoker been installed
Oh my gosh.
in 2019
Wow.
by my ex, and I have to go and borrow money because the smoker I have later on is very small and then keep broke it up all the time, keep break it, and I have to buy another one. I have to buy another one because I don't have enough fund to order the big one, and I ended up to loan the money to purchase the commercial smoker. And then I ended up to empty my saving to keep cover all the short for on the restaurant when they cannot, the restaurant cannot make enough money to cover between spend, food costs, labor, and debt. And until recently, in November this year, I have nothing to empty because my saving empty. And not only my saving, I I feel ashamed so much that I empty my children's saving too. You know, that the last least thing that any mother want to do that to their own kid. But my kids watching me go through with that, and they put all the money up there saving out and give it to me. And I feel the guilty inside me from the day one. But I don't know how I can do it no more. Um, I thought I'm always strong, but at the moment this year, November, I'm not strong no more. I I decide to go on the Facebook. Like I say, I always communicate with customer. I always engage to customer very much, and I told customer that if I'm not make it through the holidays, then the restaurant will be for sale. And that's what when Mass and Travis reaching out to me. Yes, they are both very kind men. They extreme really kind men. Yeah.
Yeah, they are more than gracious. And Travis even reached out to me and was like, "You need to have her. She needs to be your next guest." And I was like, "Okay." So I reached out to you. Um, but yeah, that was truly amazing. What Travis and Matt did for you. Did you see any obviously sales probably went up, but are things kind of better now? Is it a little bit more stable?
The first 2 weeks is is busy, but then is going slowing down. Um, but I am like I say, um, the the labor cost, the labor, the expense, the food cost, and the company debt, it won't stop. It
Right.
keep adding on, added on, added on. This week, I don't think this week I will make any decision. But next week, um, right now, I an honor to talk the show with you, and I will tell that um, I'm ready, try very hard, but I really don't know the future of Capital City BBQ at up right now. As the owner, I really don't know. Um, it it very sad for me. Um, if I lost this, um, but I don't know what else I'm doing no more. Um, some of my customer and some of my employee, um, they go and they create a GoFundMe account. Um, at the beginning, I rejected that. Some customer advise, and I say no, I don't want it. Let me fight for it. Let me earn for it. That's what how my grandma taught me. You have to earn it, and you fight for it. And I did. I really did do my best. But I think I really don't know the future of Capital City BBQ right now.
Well, don't give up. Keep going.
Yeah, I that part of me that it doesn't matter what happened. I I'm not a person that really easy to give it up. A 3 year in a row, a 3 years is a lot of challenging for me. It like hitting me very hard. And
It's your livelihood. It's how you make your money. It's how you've survived.
yes, um, but right now I'm just like at the moment inside me, just certain thing, it's since the day one I was born, I already fight for already. I already fight for my life, and at the age of 51 right now, I'm still fighting for it. And some part of me, I feel I'm really tired. But some part of me say, no, you continue, fight for it. You have people behind you. And I, ju- I am continue fight for it. Yeah, I'm not giving up so easy.
Good. Yeah, you're a fighter. You're definitely somebody to not get knocked down, and I can see that in you. I can hear it in your story. I mean, if you were to allow anything to get you down and not get back up from, I would assume it would have been your childhood. I mean, so many people allow those things to define them, and they use that as an excuse to not better their life, or they use it as an excuse to become addicted to drugs or alcohol or gambling or sex or whatever it is. But you've used the things that happened to you as motivation, as a way to better your life. And you've said that several times, that you just wanted a better life. And so you came to the United States, started this restaurant, and did well for some. I mean, you were on a television show.
Yes,
Yeah.
I actually did reach out to Djibouti. I did because uh, I want to say thank you to them. And I really an honor to be on their show. I emailed to them, and I appreciate and I thank for give me an opportunity on their show, and I will always keep it in my heart. Because if anything that decision I make, I hope they not disappoint on me. And they actually they respond very well by play the show again.
Wow.
Yeah. And I got the customer responded to me on the Facebook saying, hey, I just saw you on a Triple D.
Wow.
Yeah. I actually reach out everyone because like I always say is I say what is in my heart and the truth of my heart, I give it out. If I say I will fire, I will fire. And I will fight until I cannot fight no more. But I think I have to keep going.
You have to keep going.
Yes.
Yeah. On that note, let's wrap this up. I love your story. I really want to thank you for sharing it. I know that it was very difficult. But for people in the Lansing area or Michigan area who want to come visit your restaurant and to get some food, where can they find you?
Well, we are 1026 West Saginaw Street, Lansing, Michigan, 48915. Our phone number is 517-721-1500. Or they can go onto Facebook page at Capital City BBQ at Facebook. It will be see they will reach us right there. I am very good responding all the message back or reply everything or any question. I am very good about it. Or they can email me because I check my email all the time, every 5 minutes when I have a chance. Yeah, I do. I do my best. Yeah. Every time it come to restaurant, my commitment to my customer is I will deliver the food that with all my heart and my love in there because that's what my passion for, and I won't make it anyone disappoint on it. And if they disappoint on that, I will remake again.
Wow.
Yes.
That's true love right there, and pride in what you provide.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is there a way that people can donate?
My like I mentioned early, my staff, one of my employee watching me cry so much, and some customer, Davis, I am very lucky. I have, I'm not only have drivers, I'm not only have a community or Matt from Saddleback. I have you is the Raising a Bowl of podcast talking to me. I have community. I also have the doctor that from Sparrow who have encouraged me to do the GoFundMe because the responding back to all of the customer and community that if something happened to the restaurant, they want me to know clearly. They told me I would I would break a lot of people's heart, and that it hurt when I heard they say that, and that's what I agree to do GoFundMe account, and they create an account for me because I'm not very good about typing stuff. Like I'm talk with my heart.
Yeah.
I'm not good with drama at all. They create that the happen capital City BBQ Survivor GoFundMe account, and so far I have a little few customer supporting.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Lynn, thank you for doing this. I hope I can have you back sometime, and maybe we can talk about the successes of Capital City BBQ. But until then, thank you for doing this. It was real emotional and real eye-opening to know that there's people like you in our community who care so much about just everybody and the community in general. So again, thank you for doing this.
Thank you so much, David. I really appreciate and thankful so much that you have me on your show. Like I say, I'm very blessed to have that. Also, I just want to let everyone out there to know it doesn't matter what country you are from, what way you going up from or going up, either you have love or no love, don't give up. Don't never give up because you fight for it and stand up. If you fall down, stand up and keep going. You know, every successful story always have a fail and behind that story. And just when you fail once, stand up, keep doing it again. And I want to encourage every man, woman out there, just do it and don't give it up. Just like me.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.